Om Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tam Agocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatasmyaham. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I bow down to the eternal Guru, whose nature is bliss supreme, and who is the embodiment of bliss and wisdom, who can be realized only from the import of the Vedanta and who is beyond the reach of speech and mind. Om, peace, peace, peace. So this is the month when is Vashishta. We are talking about the Guru, Vyasa, the eternal Guru, considered a Guru amongst the monastics tradition of India. That is in this month, and it is coming soon. And that day is celebrated as the day of Guru Poornima, the full moon night when his birth was there. So people celebrate that to remember that special teacher who has given us so much treasure that can remove the ignorance of people of every country, every land. The ignorance in which we are drowned and to which we feel that we are a limited personality bound in body and mind, and this is our petty existence and we are only this. From that, to get released from that bondage, to feel that we are something more than that. That is the teaching we get from Vyasa, who collected all the Vedas and divided into 4 segments. We call the division of this Rig Veda, Sama Veda, Yajur Veda. It was all organized by him, not in the computer age, but in his mind, remembering all the Vedas and then grouping them together. So it is a main thing is that teacher who removes the ignorance and leads us to the path of wisdom, that is called the Guru in spiritual tradition. Swami Vivekananda pointed out that every soul is destined to be perfect, and every being in the end will attain the state of perfection. Whatever we are now is the result of our acts and thoughts in the past, and whatever we shall be in the future will be the result of what we think and do. But this shaping of our own destinies does not preclude our receiving help from outside. Nay, in the vast majority of cases, such help is absolutely necessary. And when it comes, the higher power and possibilities of the soul are quickened. Spiritual life is awakened. Growth is animated, and man becomes holy and perfect in the end. So, it's a beautiful description of the purpose of who is called the Guru and the need of Guru in our life. It is what a beautiful statement that we are all destined to be perfect. At this point we are all feeling imperfect because we have this lacking this knowledge, we are lacking our wisdom, our discrimination, we are lacking devotion. This is our present condition. And not only that, in this world we are roaming like an ignorant person And being born in this life, we do not know where to go, what destination to go. It is like the cow when it's born, baby cow born, have you seen? That baby cow is searching for the udder and does not know where that udder is. So he's hitting, knocking his head here, there. And ultimately, someone helps the baby cow to the udder. So it is like that. Someone is searching for peace, searching for joy, searching for eternal freedom from all bondage, which we are destined to do that. We are divine and we are destined to reach that freedom. But we do not know how to get it. In the life's struggle, we get confused and we are searching every nooks and corner. That's why Shankaracharya has also defined that having this rare human birth, one must have to think of this freedom, mumukshattam. And then this is a blessed opportunity to take shelter in a divine spiritual entity. That's called Mahapurusha. And putting ourselves in this condition, Shankara says that being confused in the life struggle like this, everyone should struggle to come out of its bondage. Shankara in the Viveka Chudamani says, Ato vimuktai prajateto vidwan. The man of wisdom, vidwan does not mean scholar, educated people, that's called vidwan. But vidwan means who has the wisdom and inner questioning has developed in the heart that I want that freedom. That's why he should struggle. Prajateto vidwan, that intelligent man or intelligent woman should make an effort. And then what they will do? Shantang mahantang samupettu deshikam. Then he will reach a person, Shanta, who is detached from the world, who has got his own freedom. Santang Mahantam, the great soul. And he is a teacher, Acharya. He has realized himself. And then he will try to ask for some guidance. Tena upadishtartho samahitatma. Then approaching the teacher, then we will get some lesson. And then having that lesson, the teachings, one will get absorbed. His mind will keep more focused into the teaching and get absorbed into it. And this following the instruction of the teacher, the student will ultimately pave his way towards infinite freedom. And then that attitude has been expressed here, Swamiji, that Vivekananda, that every one of us are destined to be perfect, and every being in the end, no one will be left. That's a great hope for us. Everyone, may not today, may not tomorrow, but at some point of time, every one of us will attain that state of perfection. And that perfected state is that we are divine, we are pure, we are limitless, we are birthless, we are deathless, and we are the source of eternal joy and blessings. So that knowledge must have to come. Without attaining that knowledge, this life is meaningless, because having a treasure of million, billion, trillion dollars worth, and we are all spending our days like a pauper with $5, $10, eating here, sleeping there, and begging for more, another $20. But we are infinite. So that is the teaching, what it transmitted from the spiritual teacher. And also it is important, whatever we are the result of our past. And what we will be in future, Vivekananda's idea, and also the Eastern idea, will be the result of what we think and do now. And therefore, we need what to do now. We know. We all crave for happiness, joy, eternal. Who not? There is no fool in the world who does not want. A thief, a burglar, a bad person, a holy person. Everyone is seeking for that eternal joy, eternal peace, but do not know which direction to go. So, he says, this shaping of our destinies, how to shape our destiny, our future, our life, in such a way that I can do it myself. Yes, you try yourself, you have the power to do that. But sometimes we do not know the right direction to go. It is like you travel with a GPS in hand and put your address, and then you can relax. It will take you. Of course, this GPS sometimes does not know where the road is closed. That is this GPS. But this God GPS, God positioning system, so that GPS does not fail. It will take, if you can put in your computer, in your cell phone, and then go. you click go, and then you start. It will take in the right direction. So this direction is necessary. What will be the right way to go? Not to spend long time wielding here and there, knocking every door to find the truth. So the shaping of our character, the shaping of our life, it does not preclude receiving help from outside. We may sometimes think, why? To Sri Ramakrishna, Mahendra Lal Sarkar, the doctor used to come. He was a scientist and he was a doctor by profession. And Girish Ghosh used to say Ramakrishna is God. He said, you are spoiling this good person. This good person was honest and simple. You are making him God, 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 and here is avatar, you are spoiling him. And he said that, why shall I salute a person? Look like me. And I shall salute him, bow down my head to him. What's that? Yes, there is the question. Yes, we look alike. But there is a greater manifestation of spirituality and lesser manifestation of spirituality. When we are in a position, we need some help. Someone can guide us to move further. Who will be the guide? That's a different thing. He should have his own journey in the spiritual track, and he has achieved some of his experiences regarding the validity of the path and the end result to attain. So, it is Swami Vivekananda says, it is not uncommon that one should seek some guidance from outside with one's own effort. Two things. One's own effort, I will find the truth. That should be the crying need. Shankaracharya was much more vivid in describing this, that samsara davanalutapataptam vidhuyamanam duradishtabhatai. That person who is being burned into the life, in the scorching displeasure of this worldly existence, this experience of this life with all the hatred, called the mean, unkind experiences of life, what we get. When one goes through that experience and gets tired, and it appears like a bonfire, And he wants to run away for in search of cool sensation of the ocean or river. Samsara, it is like a Davanal, world appears to be bonfire. That means the experience of life is such that it did not give us the joy and pleasure. Rather, it is all a burning sensation, no peace, no joy, no tranquility. When one will be shattered like that in the life situation, or feel that this world is not giving me enough what I want, and then he will run for a person who can guide and lead us to the freedom, path of freedom. When it comes, this help can come. And when it comes, the higher power and possibilities of the soul are quickened. When we get such help from such spiritual power, people who have attained wisdom or who have marched in the path of spirituality quite a distance, they can guide us because they have run to the path which I have to tread on. So to take this help is not a bad thing. To go to Ramakrishna is not a bad thing, because he lives in this ecstatic state of samadhi and absolute bliss. So to follow them, these are the world gurus, the Christ, Buddhas, Ramas, Krishnas, they are world gurus. They work in a subtle way after their demise of the body also, and that impact moves on and helps redeeming the people. But in our lifetime, even there would be some people who can help us. So to take help and make our journey much more clear and straight is very much important. So that guidance, that who awakens, who starts up our spiritual emotions, who can give a boosting to our journey, that is called the Guru. Also defined, Guru is that who removes the darkness and ignorance from our mind and illumines the light, the lamp of light which is within us. So this is, Swami Vivekananda said, that we can take help from this type of people for our spiritual awakening, and getting help from them, our growth, our normal growth, it becomes animated more, and we become holy and holier and holier and holier every day, day by day, and we transform ultimately to that which is the holiness itself. The quickening impulse, Swamiji continued, that it can be derived from books also. We read many inspirational books. People may put this question, why do I need to go to any man, any person, any spiritual person you are talking? Why should we go? Well, then I can get it from the books. You read the Bible, it is there. You have the Dhammapad, you have all the Upanishads, you got all the teachings of so many scriptures in Hinduism, Buddhism. So enough. So intellectually we can learn and get our way out. Swami Vivekananda says, this quickening impulse cannot be derived from books. Shankaracharya also said, it is not book learning. Book learning can take us to certain flight. It is good. From the books we get inspiration, we get the way how to analyze, separate out which husk and this same place. But to live, to little light, it should come from lamp to lamp. So there he says, the soul can only receive impulse from another soul and from nothing else. We may get little inspiration, many of us in our life, how we came to Vedanta. If we ask, many of you will say, oh, we read that book and that inspiration came. No. Yes, that's good. But that inspiration is a starting point. But you need to have some tangible spiritual personality where the spiritual truth is getting manifested more and more in a glowing light. So, and from that light you can lit your lamp. It is not suppose we'll read the mantra, Guru, and our mantra is the next, we'll come to mantra, Guru, we get mantra from Guru. But mantra is also written in the books. Now Google has helped us so much. Whatever you want, there is no question. In our breakfast table we see that any serious question comes, before we put the question, Google gives the response. So if it is available, why to go to a physical teacher? And why to do so much austerities? This is available. So that mantra you start chanting, yeah, that will not do. It is written, but there is no force in it. The force comes from practice. And if one practices that mantra himself, and then that power generates into it. It is generated, that's why it is called seed. Seed has the power to sprout and then be a plant and be a big tree. But it is not mere in the books, in the reading it will come, where it is a power should be transmitted from one to the other. That is the lineage comes. In spiritual tradition, they will find that it is a lineage from teacher to teacher to teacher to their student to their student. So this is both unimportant. Books can do a little help, but books cannot give liberation. Therefore, it cannot be derived from the soul, can only receive impulse from another soul and from nothing else. We may study books all our lives, we may become very intellectual, but in the end we find that we have not developed at all spirituality. Then what happens? One negative side comes, I have read all the books, and create more confusion. Nowadays it is the problem of Google, because you get all the books, all philosophies, little of Buddhism, little of Vedanta, little of Tantra, little of what is called Vaishnavism, and all mixed together, then we get confused what to follow. And every path is right, but every path, what is suited for me, what is good for me, who will tell that? So, this is the point. Here is the need of a teacher who can understand my condition and who can help me to move in the direction. As Swami Vivekananda said, that seed sprouts into a plant. The gardener does not make the plant grow. He cannot pull the plant every day, hey, another inch, come out. It does not do like that. Growth happens spontaneously. The plant have to absorb the available resources, the water, the fertilizer, the sun, the air, and then make it a part of the life. So, its dual function is there. One is the student, another is the teacher. One is the plant and who is fetching that plant to grow. So, this junction of these two, the ideal student should be seeking for the truth, teacher should be capable of giving. Otherwise, Ramakrishna's example, that he said that he heard the croaking sound of some frog, and inquired, what is this condition? Go and search, and you saw that ordinary water snake have tried to grab one frog and it can neither swallow. It's the problem of this snake, and the frog also is in the trouble, caught into trap. So, but Sri Ramakrishna said, if it is the cobra, it bites and in 3 croaking is dead. That means the ego of the frog is gone. That means a good teacher, a spiritual teacher like Ramakrishna, like great spiritual teacher like Buddhas and Krishnas, they can just, when the 3 crooks, it does not need 3 crooks. They will look at somebody and they will be liberated. No. But it does not happen with all. It needs a Vivekananda there. You look at that, Ramakrishna and Vivekananda is a perfect match, where he can have instant experience. Totapuri came to Ramakrishna's life, a teacher, and student is Ramakrishna. And with the utterance of the mantra that thou art that, then Ramakrishna went to a 6th plane and standing there. And with little effort, that also gone, he went into Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So it is the ideal student and ideal teacher is the perfect solution for immediate freedom. But we are not all PhD students. So we are maybe someone in our capability. We have some teacher who can guide us very well. Too big teacher is also not good for us sometimes, is it not? You get a Einstein to teach a 4th grade boy, it will be much difficult for the 4th grade boy as also for Einstein. For us, it is someone who can understand our condition, our mind, relate to that level. It is much better. So the point is that this student should be also very much important. He will have to play, or she will have to play a very important role. And she should have Shraddha. Shraddha is the student's quality. Faith and trust in the teachings of the instruction we get. Suppose if I have no faith in the mantra itself, I have no faith in the teacher itself, so it will not fructify, because the mantra will be some words, and instruction, it will not appeal to my mind, and I will not be responding, and I will not follow the instruction. So it is Shraddha is necessary, and students should have the 4 qualities. It's called sadhana. Viveka, Vairagya, Shama, etc., Mumukshu, all these good qualities. Discriminative eye. The eye of discrimination have generated in the student. This is permanent, this is impermanent. I want to seek the eternal. So that sense should come, and then a urge should come. I want to hold on to what is good, what is truth. And that's the Vairagya, means detachment comes from which is unreal to hold on to what is real. And then comes some character. Spirituality is best foundation is character. Honesty, sincerity, self-control, truthfulness, non-injury, trying to mind the calm and serene in different context, depending on the divine for all the problems of life, sometimes making our best effort then to depend on. So those are the qualities, and that type of student who has tattva jiggashu, who has the craving and questioning to know and experience and understand that tattva, the truth, that Satchidananda truth. If he goes to a guru, Shankara says, Upasidet Gurung Pragyam. The student, this type of student should go to a teacher who is wise with proper etiquette. We should not go to a teacher like a friend, hello, I want mantra, give me mantra. It's not like that. There is a question of humility. There is a question of approach, how to approach a teacher. A secular knowledge is one thing, but spiritual knowledge is different. For spiritual knowledge, it is said that student should have that query and humility. Humility to the teachings and the instructions, as also to the person who is doing that. Otherwise, what will happen? It is not like learning physics, chemistry, math, or any material science. You don't need any character there. You go to a good teacher. After everyone finishing the high school, everyone searches for different options, which school they will go. No? All the students after that, before going to college, they have this effort. Oh, I want to study particular one science. Which university is good for that? Which teacher is good? And you can do that. And the teacher, you don't have to look at the character of the teacher. You go and he is efficient in his subject. Whatever his personal character, that's okay. But it does not stop acquiring the knowledge of the subject I want to study in the university. But in spiritual life it is not so. You have to go to a teacher. Who is a teacher? A teacher's quality is also very demanding. But the whole world is filled with teachers. No one is a student. That's the problem. It is Sri Ramakrishna said, Guru mile lakh lakh. The teachers are available in hundreds and thousands. Chelana mile ek. There is rarely we find a student, genuine student. That means to learn is the question, and to teach. Teaching, not the intellectual teaching. It is not the theological teaching in the seminary or in a university to give a stamp of PhD. That's good. That has its own place. But for spiritual life, it is not. Because it gives only intellectual satisfaction. It can make you great among other intellectuals. You are a greater scholar than others. But here, no reflection of the truth. Only intellectually you are clear. That's a great development, of course. But that is not enough. That's why teacher is very important there, and teacher's characters are also very important there. He should be pure. He should have no intention of getting anything. So, his character, his life will be dedicated to God. He or she will be only thinking for the good of humanity or good of the others, not for any material gain, material prosperity. And this life is important. Life of a teacher should be very, very important. It should be pure and it should be dedicated to God. It has no place of being himself drowned into ignorance and worldliness, trying to guide others. Kathopanishad says, Andhenaiva niyomana jathandha andhakupe patanti. Suppose a blind person says, okay, follow me, I will take you. And if he takes another blind man to follow, both are flying. And as the natural conclusion is that one falls into the well, deep well, and the another person falls over it. So it is double danger. So as it happens, so a person who have not developed spirituality and have not developed their character, we should not go to them. Because that is dark, blind person is guiding the blind. So that is, but if we go to a real teacher, like you see, look at that, this Ramakrishna tradition, this Vedanta tradition, so rich with spirituality. Then don't understand anything but spirituality. We read the books of Swami Shivananda, Sri Ramakrishna's disciple, totally intoxicated in God. Anyone is giving them in their presence, they are feeling spiritual uplift. And then giving this initiation, guiding them in their spiritual path, and totally pure, 100% pure soul. There is no tint of world and worldliness in their character. So, ideal teacher, it is said, a teacher will be Satriyo, Abrijino, Akamahata, Brahmavida Uttama. Baba, 4 qualities have been given. Abrijino, there will be no sin in his life. That means a pure life. Shrotriya, the teacher should know what is the essence of all these scriptures. What Vedas are talking about, what Upanishad is talking about. So many languages, so much complicated ideas are given, but what is the essential meaning of all these statements? God realization. Realize the truth. That is the meaning. So many ways it is said. You get confused into different lines. No. Pinpointed essence of the scriptures. So Shrotriya, he has memorized the scriptures not only in the brain, but he has understood the import of, what is the import of Bible? What is the import of Dhammapad? What is the import of Upanishad? What is the import of Bhagavad Gita? Whole book. I don't want to read. If I read, whole life will go. That's good for inspiration. But if we don't understand the meaning and purpose and import and where we are to hit, what is the goal of it, so the teacher should know that. Shrotriya. He has understood that God realization is the only goal. Realizing our divine nature, which we are missing now, it is not gone anywhere. It is here now, but I don't feel it. So how to connect with that divine treasure which is within us? So that is the goal. Removal of the ignorance, that is the goal. And how to do it then will come. So Guru should know the essential meaning of the scriptures, essential meaning, and the directly what the scripture is asking us to do. Shrotriya. Abrijina. It is from all sinful activity, negative sin. There is no sin in this Vedanta. It is a negative activity, lower truth, living in the lower truth. He has understood, no, this is not, and in his character it is washed away. Abrijino. Oh, Kamahato. He is not buffeted by the desires, expectations. Desires and expectations. These are the worldly ideas, no? And the world moves on these worldly ideas. It is that whenever you know, that's why it is said, whenever you go to spiritual centers and ask for $500 for this and $800, $1,000 for this, there is a business side of it. There you have to think that how much $800 spirituality you can get it. But of course, if you go to somewhere there is no price tag, you may think it is worthless also. But that genuine spirituality, that is the thing needed, and that is not with any ulterior motive. The teacher should not be performing this spiritual training or anything with any ulterior motive of material gain, money, wealth, name, fame, power, position. The teacher should be free from this. And ultimately, akamahata and abrijina, akamahata, brahmaviduttama. That will be the ideal teacher. He will be the highest among the knowers of truth. That means he will be always absorbed in the truth. In our tradition, we have seen such Swamis, no? Great Swamis who are totally absorbed in that truth. They don't care for anything else. And when they do anything for the disciples or the students, out of love, out of compassion, out of their bounty of their heart, they see the suffering of us. Or Shankaracharya also says, when a student comes running like that, being suffering in the pain and agonies of life, and when they approach, then the teacher, out of compassion, out of his love, he bestows the highest wisdom to the student to make that person free from the entanglement of bondage and suffering. So this teacher's character should be so pure that it is a gift of love, gift of just a blessing for thinking about, oh, that person is also in ignorance, and if I can help anyway. And it is service to God Himself. So this teacher's attitude should be this, but the student's character also has been mentioned, that all these practices, Guru's instruction will be successful when Sankara, according to Sankara, it says, Vairagyam cha mumukshatyam tibram yasyatu vidyate tasminneva arthavantassu phalovantas samadaya. Vairagya, who has the detachment, the student who has the detachment. Detachment means live in the world, go through it, but sees things. It comes and goes, but my goal is that I am to make my journey. This is a journey I am going through. Things will come in life. Happiness, misery, pleasure, pain, trouble, sometimes good, sometimes bad. These are all coming. But I am going to that destiny. And that vairagya, and I want to liberate. I don't want to entangle here and there. It is my journey I am going through, but my target is that end of realization. When this type of intense feeling for reaching the target is there, Tibram is intense. Jasyatu vidyate. For him, the advice, when it is given by the teacher, it becomes meaningful and purposeful. They can achieve, they can grab the meaning of it and they can grasp it. That means he is a fit candidate. But in this also, all this advice one can give. We can get many instructions, but to make it purposeful, to realize God, what is the factor? Normally, we find that someone will do it for me by some touch, by some easy process. I can buy it by any other means, by money, by something material. No. Rama, in the Yoga Vasishta we are reading, there Yoga Vasishta, the Guru, the teacher, is advising. Rama, this advice given to you, it is only as a customary thing I am telling you. Upadesha kramo Rama, vyavasthamatra palanam, gyaptyastu karanam shuddham, shishya pragya eva kevalam. The teacher says here, the teacher is Vasishta, the Guru of Rama. He says that this instructions what I am giving to you is merely to honor the traditional path. But the wisdom, you will attain the wisdom. How? Not by my advice. It may come, it may go. See, we hear so many things, how much we can retain. So it is upadesha, the advice which we get, it is good. It stimulates us for the moment. But to live in that way and to follow that instruction, you go to doctor. Doctor gives you some prescription. And nowadays doctors give too much medicine. So we always come up back and start the Google searching. What are the good effect, bad effect, this, that. We reject. We don't take certain medicine, we take certain medicine. Doctor has given one instruction, but we choose our own. And then go back to doctor. Doctor said, what happened? Well, these are the medicines. Did you eat? Did you take what? Oh, I don't like this. That is bad and this is bad. So, here Vasishta is saying, I am giving you the advice. The highest advice in the Yoga Vasishta what we are reading. But it is only just a customary tradition, to honor the tradition. Because this wisdom should go from teacher to student, I am telling you. But the wisdom, you want to gain the wisdom in yourself, in your life, to absorb that. It is not like Google search medicine and as I have described. It has good medicine and it will have its effect. No, this spiritual medicine what the Vasishtha is giving to Rama, there is no side effect of it. No reaction in it. Really it will work. It will work, it will cure the disease, and the disease is the ignorance. Ignorance will be wiped out. But we have doubt. And when is doubt, it does not work. You clear the doubt, that's okay. You question, you understand, but your effort is the most. So here is important. Shishya pragya eva tu kevalam. To have your own experience, it is your wisdom, your eye of wisdom, your intelligence, your receptibility, your purity of the mind. That is the primary focus. You see, look at Ramakrishna's gospel, and you find how many people came when Ramakrishna is giving their inspiration, no? And Ramakrishna one day said, what? You want to serve? You want to do good to others? Who are you to do good to the world? It is God. Say, not doing good to our compassion, but say service. Many people in the same audience there. And Vivekananda, the young man, he got a message out of it. And when he going back home with another brother, Sarvadevananda, he said, I got what a grand message today. And he said, what grand message? We heard so many things. What the grand about it? Don't you hear what he said? If mother gives me opportunity, one day I will preach this to the nooks and corners of the world. And that is this philosophy. Service to man is service to God. Direct. Service there is good. But service to man, think that service, it is serving God. See, Pragya, the wisdom of Narendra, was so clear. It just got that message. And this whole Ramakrishna movement, this Vedanta movement, started by Vivekananda on this principle. It's called the practical Vedanta. Not after death, post-mortem spirituality. Here and now, whom you see, you just think that you are serving God. If you may not understand, have faith and serve like that. So that was the beautiful idea. So Shishya, what is said, method of instruction by Guru, etc. to the disciple, these are all merely to honor the tradition which we got from our gurus, they got from their guru. It's a tradition coming down, no? It is like the pure Ganga water flowing from the high Himalayas, which is called Gomukh. You know Gomukh? Gomukh is the place where it is like a cow face in the high Himalayas. And from there, the glacier, the stream, pure water coming down, and to the plains it comes. It's called the Holy Ganga. So the pure Ganga, starting from there, will come down, and the plains, you will find that it has become dirty. It looks dirty. But the purifying power which is within have not lost a little bit. That's why whole Hindu tradition, before sitting for any auspicious thing, we sprinkle Ganges water. Why? It's so pure, potent. It is there. It may not be that clean like the glacier in the high Himalayas, but the potential power is the same. It is a channel. That's why the spiritual tradition of wisdom and knowledge which is flowing, started from, it says Narayanam. There is a prayer. Who are the gurus? Narayana, the Lord Narayana, and gave it to Brahma, and Brahma to Vasishtha, Vasishtha to Shakti, Shakti to his son Parasara, Parasara to his son Vyasa. It is a tradition coming down, and Gaudapada, Govindapada, Shankaracharya, and then coming down, Totapuri, Ramakrishna to this channel to us. So what is coming? Coming the eternal power, the transforming power coming down, and it's going on in this flow. And sprinkling that water, that means absorbing those ideas in life and just following the instruction, accepting the meaning of it by proper wisdom, not intellect, but the heart ready to absorb the teaching. That is very important for liberation. So Yoga Vasishtha has given us the idea, the wisdom, the sharp intellect which is fit for discernment is the only pure, and that is the cause for liberation. So without the extremely pure and subtle intellect of the disciple, which is capable of comprehending the truth, all instructions are meaningless, futile. It is like when one can absorb this ideal, what is that? He also, Shankaracharya says that you have your one necklace in your neck. Sakante upi sthitang vastu jathana prapyate bhramat. You will not get God. God is not an object to have you in your life. Rather it was here like a necklace in your neck hanging, but you are searching it for everywhere and not looking here. The teacher only guides, hey, it is here. Here, touch it, have it. And then the knowledge comes. So it says, Brahmante prapate tadvat atma upi guru vakkata. By Guru's teachings, what happens? The Atman, which is ever attained, is already there. Here is that consciousness. Without that consciousness, you could not blink your eyes. You cannot hear. You cannot feel heat and cold. You cannot have any emotions. Joy, suffering, nothing is possible. It is here all the time. Daytime, night time, sleeping time. It is constantly that consciousness is here. So it says, it is like the Atman which is ever attained, though it appears to be unattained due to ignorance, reveals as attained, regained as it were, due to the instruction received from the teacher, as if like this necklace in your neck. So it is, to attain means not to go somewhere to get, as we understand normally attaining. Attaining means removing the ignorance that you have not it. When you know that it is, that is your attainment. And this, wiping out this ignorance, is the near need, the mantra. And the mantra have been chanted millions, billions, trillion times by the holy people of all different spiritual students. Because of their strong practice, and a mantra has generated tremendous power. You know, in ordinary words also, it generates power, is it not? The people use new slangs. You go to the gang people using new slangs. They start first. One says something bad. But anyhow, everyone says that, and then afterwards, if that word is told, pointed towards me, I'll be so angry and I'll go with a fist. This is a word. Why are you getting so mad? Because uttering the same word with a particular meaning in it, it generates such power in it. So it can give us joy, it can give us pain and suffering. So mantra is such, it's a pure mantra, repeating that many people have been successful in removing their darkness or ignorance that's opened up. And as a result, they understood they are divine. So this is the mantra. And mantra is very powerful. Mantra is to be chanted in the particular way it is to be chanted. And with all devotion, understanding its meaning. What is the meaning? Many people will say, what is the meaning? Meaning is God, nothing else. Entire mantra means what? That's pure, essentially pure consciousness and bliss. That you call in a particular name and form is your chosen ideal, or in the form or formless, whatever aspect you think. That is the meaning. So, mantra, guru and disciple. Guru gives us the instruction, not creating on his own mind. That's why he should know the scriptures. He should know the tradition. That's why it is called tradition. Without tradition, the mantra will not be effective, because it may be successful, may not be successful. But in a tradition, in that channel, thousands and thousands and thousands of seekers of truth have tested, verified That's why you call spirituality is a science. It is verified, it is verifiable. So we get that channel and we practice in our way with faith, trust, understanding, not only intellectual understanding. Intellect should be clarified, but not to stuck there. Go beyond and feel His presence, the divine presence, by the repetition of the mantra. Charge the body and mind with spiritual current. The whole body will be charged with the mantra. Mantra will resonate. You know, Swami Sarvadevananda ji, he used to talk about, throw your mantra in your eyes. Let your eyes start repeating, vibrating in the mantra. Throw your mantra in your ear. So, but that means mantra is such a powerful thing. Let whole body resonate in that mantra, vibrate in that mantra. That's called mantra japa, the power of mantra. So, there is wonderful inspiration to. So, it is in our life we need some teacher to guide, first of all, but we should also prepare ourselves for that. And without having, what is the preparation? Preparation that I want to know the truth. Sincerity, I have seen everything. I have known so many things. But that still keeps me in the dark blindness. I want to know that. And when we get that message, to absorb, and then see how transformation comes. And as Swami Vivekananda says, it is a transformation. It is, we can, the state of perfection we are destined to have, and the thought, what we are out of the past, so we can shape our character and we can have a new character built up, spiritual character, apart from our physical nature and physical character and the divine character. So Guru, mantra and the disciples' earnestness all matched together brings a wonderful blending in life, and that frees us from all bondage. Thank you. Om Kayena Vacha Manashendriyairva Buddhyatmana va Prakrite Svabhavat Karomi Jajjat Shakalang Parasmai Narayanayeti Shamarpayami. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Whatever we do through our body, speech and mind, senses, intellect, soul, or through the innate nature of tendencies, all that we dedicate as an offering to you, the Supreme Lord, our salutation to you. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all.